used to be lots of spring salmon. Like this time of the year, you could go just about anywhere and catch a... Well, there was 5 lodges in the area, and they caught hundreds of spring salmon. About 15 years ago, they completely disappeared.
If nothing changes, we're going to see a 99% collapse in about 4 salmon generations, and for pink salmon, that's 8 years. And so, that's a really rapid trajectory towards extinction.
Fish farms, whatever. If you want to farm fish, do it. But don't do it in the vital organs of this archipelago. And that's what's happening right now. The farms are simply placed where the young Pacific salmon of this entire coast are rearing, where the shrimp are spawning, where the herring are spawning, where the rock cod are growing. You got to put them somewhere off the main road.
Jesus, I never seen such a mess on fish in my life. I'd go down and watch them every few days. They had spots like that on them that the lice had ate them off, It was horrible.
And because this really raises a lot of questions. If you can't have wild salmon in the same area where you have salmon farms, well, where do we put the salmon farms? And where do humans, how do we fit in?
We can go to the grocery store and have no connection whatsoever to the food we eat now. And I had an intimate connection with everything I ate. I knew how they were harvested and where they grew.
Once you turn the pink salmon off, you lose all the energy that comes in here, all the nitrogen and phosphates. It's like just unplugging the system and watching the lights dim.
I was thinking of fishing last year, but I'm licensed to fish the inside down in Johnson Straits, and they never opened it because the sockeye never returned. They lost 7 million sockeye last year somewhere along the way. So it's the biggest disaster ever in my lifetime with sockeye. Something happened to them. But we got no fish in here at all compared to what we had even 20 years ago.
So it's really been the work that has happened here at the research station that's been done by graduate students, undergraduate students, independent scientists working on shoestring budgets that has done the work that has mattered, we've gone out and tested those hypotheses. Do sea lice come from salmon farms? We need to know that.
So much science in the world is only funded by government and industry. And the universities generally don't have enough money to send a lot of people into the field. My idea with that station is to bring this incredibly dynamic archipelago back to life. Basically bring the salmon back with their own energy, just giving them what they need.
I think that if Alexandra hadn't first discovered this issue, made it a high-profile issue, put it on the public consciousness, and facilitated all the work that is happening here, people would be wondering where all the wild salmon had gone. There'd be fish farms in a lot of places where they're not, and we really wouldn't be where we're at now, realizing that we really need to take a much more precautionary approach.
What I feel tremendously hopeful with the state of the world right now, because we're getting a sense that we're running out. When people say, are you an environmentalist? I'm like, well, anybody who breathes today is an environmentalist, or is considering what their children are going to face in the next 10 to 20 years is an environmentalist. And we need to take our enormous intellect and learn to work with these natural systems. And Salmon Coast Field Station is going to be a big part of that.